How are you wifey material?
I'll be honest, I'm at this moment in time, I'm 22, I'm not wifey material. I don't want to get married right now. I'll wait till I'm like 30. I don't even see myself having kids, and I know most men want kids, so I'm just like, at this moment, I have like no clue if I'm wifey material. I'm not really that great of a cook. I'm just being honest here. I'm not that great of a cook. I clean after myself, but I'm not really good at cleaning after other people. So right now in my life, I'm just doing my own thing. I like being by myself.
The only thing I say about that one is this, man. You may say, man, she only 22. Only in America are guys looking for wives for the first time in their fucking 30s and 40s. You go to other cultures, man, they catching them younger than that. Like 18, 19, here, you don't care. You don't mind if you catch a 40, you still gonna marry her. No matter how many miles she got on her. We're thinking like men who have power in the world, men who live in patriarchal societies. We haven't yet become so weak that we buying into a matriarchal outlook. So that's the perspective we're looking at. So we're talking, she's 22. She's talking about wait till she's 30. How many miles is she gonna have on her living this lifestyle by the time she's 30? And not just, we don't talk about just the body count over here. We talk about the emotional count too. A woman can be in, having an emotional connection to 10 men, but even if she only was intimate with 8 of them, she still has that emotional count that's 10. So you got to remember that as well, man. So let's get into this next one right quick.
But don't get me wrong, I like being a side chick because I don't got to deal with all that bullshit. Just f me and go. You got to keep me happy so I don't tell your girlfriend. So
where's your dad? Where's your mom? Where is your family?
You gonna buy me that Birkin bag? You gonna give me that Birkin bag? Don't get me wrong. You can go home to your plan. You can leave here.
So you don't mind being a side chick?
I don't. Well, you can go.
Here we go again. Here's another one. Same thing. Talking that same thing. Now, it's not even the fact that she's okay being a side chick. I think the majority of women are okay being a side chick, especially if they've already been the main chick. Once a woman is the main chick the novelty is worn off of that. Now, she may keep continuing in that life just because she respects herself or she wants to, keep her parents off her ass or whatever. But women like adventure. And once a woman has been the main chick a number of times, there's a little bit of excitement about being the same chick. Just like, man, if your woman says she has never once in her life, man, even thought about being a stripper, she lying. Because she would love to have that hypnotic power over men like a fucking cobra, and a flute. She would love to have that, but she may not have gone that way or even consider going that way, but she thought about it. The real thing that she said is that all you got to do to keep her happy is beat her back in and buy a Birkin bag. I guarantee you she ain't got no education, probably live at home with her mama, car probably busted, or her parents bought her a good car, and probably don't even know what she want to do with her life at all. But she'd rather you spend, and we talk about 9,000 on the low end of Birkin. A cheap Birkin is 9 bands. So we talking about possibly, she would rather you spend 20 bands on her for a purse. So even if she didn't want to be a side chick, let's look at that mindset. She ain't have a father in her life, bruh. All right, we got one more, man.
But I have dreamed that the Fresh Prince and I would become very acquainted. Not in a million years did I imagine 3 lives. Not in a million years would I have dreamed that the Fresh Prince and I would become very acquainted. Not in a million years did I imagine 3 lives, 3 fates would be so intertwined. And I never would have imagined that this video would become a tangible memory of the last time Pac and I were simply kids together.
Now I want y'all to understand something. This is Will Smith, old lady. Damn near 100 years later, still showing the world that Pac was the one that got away and using Will as a fucking bozo clown to do it. Now, I didn't play the audio on that video of her and Pac dancing, but they were singing Parents Don't Understand, one of Will Smith's biggest hits. And her idea of her fond memories are her and Pac. The one she really loved, rapping Will's song. And it's not that she's making any connection other than the irony of it all. Because if Pac was still alive, Will would be in trouble. One of those little light-skinned kids he got, would be, let's say, a little Tupac-ish in the face. Because this is what happens. If a woman can't get the man she wants, she will damn sure settle for the second best man. And if you're the second best man, she just with you for the bag. That's just the way it is. Pac could have been a third as rich as Will. It didn't matter about the money. Part of her died when that man died. That's why she can't leave it alone to keep embarrassing her husband who's stuck like Chuck. So, man, I want to show that because, you know, man, I just have to chime in when Will is the only guy, man, that I really, really have some sympathy for, man. I'm going to be honest with you, man. He has to be the absolute most caught up dude out of all of them, man. Like, there is nothing in him going to make him leave that brow, man. And she done took him down through there. So, as I stated, man, we have a special guest, man. Y'all know this guy, man. You know, it's been a minute since he's been on. It's been a long time since he's been on the channel. I'm going to be honest with you. It's been so long that shit. Had G ever been over here? Oh, man, this can't be the first time, man. But y'all know him, man. Y'all love him, man. Y'all know that he gonna always give it like it is, man. Fellow Bama Boy, man. Welcome to the Bama Boy podcast. Grown man business. GMB. Y'all go subscribe to the brother channel, man. G, what's good with you, bro?
What's happening with you, baby? How y'all doing tonight, man?
So yeah, man, good to have you. Hey, yo, this your first time in the Alphasphere, G?
This is the first time I've been over here, man. You've been over there with me like 3 times. The last one we did was the 3rd time, bro.
Yeah, man, that is crazy. That is crazy, man. But look, G, hey, let's try to not make this the last one, bro. Let's try to not make this the last one.
Oh yeah, man, absolutely not, man. But at the same time, you know, I have to tone it down a little bit, man. I can't be as raw as and unscripted as I normally am on the other, you know, over on my channel. You know what I mean? You can't afford to take those type of hits, brother. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, well, you know what, man? I'm gonna be honest with you. Just to come over in your channel and blend in, I had to get a little looser when I come over.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah,
yeah. I had to, you know, I had to let them know, hey, man, listen, BOA, we Bama boys, man. We get down with the get down.
And man, look, man, it's hard, man. It takes a level of discipline to do this consistently without, you know what I mean, taking it down. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man, I really try to tone it down, and I've been over the past year, I've really honed it in a lot. But I say over the past couple of live streams, man, I just had to let it rip, man, because once those wheels get to turning, man, you know, it's hard to stop, baby.
Yeah, it's on, man. You know what I'm saying? And then the thing is, man, regardless of who won't come, everybody who come, they come because you know what I'm saying. They want to hear GMB rip how he rip. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. So you know, and that's how I feel, man. You know, I just gotta do what I gotta do, man. I do what I do for the people that gonna come is hear what I gotta do. If you don't like it, hey man, keep it moving. I appreciate you stopping by, getting a try. But you know, to the squad, hey man, listen. So to all the grown men out there, man, that want to be about your business, y'all go subscribe to the brother channel, man. And you know, and G has told me, man, that he has a plan to get, you know, a little bit more active on this channel too, man. So, but when he drop, homie, it's worth being over there. I'm telling you, man, because it's gonna be something that you can put in your soul, man, and you know, help you grow old, man. So salute to you again, brother. Appreciate you being in the joint, man.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Go ahead, G.
I'll say this too, man. Listen, man. When it comes to these guys, man, as far as marriage, it's nothing more than a male humiliation ritual. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, it's not just Will. It's papoose. I come up with a term now. You're being papoosed, you know. And then people guilt trip them. You go into the comment sections where people were talking about this stuff, man, and it's like the only answer they have, the only comeback that they have is men do it all the time. Men do this, men do that. And listen, bro, it's a stark distinction between who is what. All right, you got females over here that behave one way, you got men behave another way. It's just based off the fact that you choosing these type of men, and a lot of these guys are not these women's first choice, bro, at all, man. Okay, you see what Will's going through, whether it's Anthony Anderson. I mean, you could name several, not just marriages, but relationships or cohabitation situations, man, where these guys are getting their ass handed to them, you know, and getting humiliated at the same time, looking like utter fools, you know, just like the female worship. Okay, every time you see an entertainer or a celebrity, it's something that he's doing for this female. Either it's a bunch of roses in a room somewhere, buying some new exotic vehicle, some jewelry or some shit, some worthless, meaningless bull crap. Because a lot of guys get into these situations unbeknownst to them, not being privy to the information that guys like you and I give. You know, you get into it in under the guise of love, you know, or something that men are supposed to do. like Simp Harvey giving you this information. It's a man's responsibility to take care of a woman and some children, not your wife and your children, but a woman and some children. You know what I'm saying?
Real talk, G. And it's funny, man, that you mentioned that, you're not just talking about marriage, because here's the thing, man. Even if we're talking about marriages, we got to talk about the marriages that don't end in divorce. We got to talk about the marriages where, everybody in the situation, man, is giving each other hell. Two people that are living together, man, that they don't even like being intimate no more. They don't even sleep in the same room no more, man. Two people, man, that can't even have a good conversation, man. They talking to each other through the kids, man. They can't even, you know what I'm saying? That there's those situations that are still together because of the kids, because of the overall financial investment, where there's a lot to lose or a lot to wrangle yourself loose from, or split down the middle and do all of that. So think about all those guys who want to leave, or think about those guys who wish they could leave, man, the woman and put roots on them, man. The craft is real out here. So we talk about the 56% divorce rate, man. I'm telling you, that thing got to be, but it would be by 80 if everybody got out when they wanted to get out. And so these guys do it, and everybody starts off hoping for the best. Like, you never go into a situation expecting it to fail. So you thinking it's going to go, and the longer it goes, you think the more solid it's becoming. But that's not how women function. Women don't function with the longer it goes, the more solid it becomes. The longer it grows, then she'll stay there, because she likes the challenge of the growth, or not even the challenge of the growth, the benefit of the growth. And so she'll see it. But as a man, you get to a point in life, man, where you're like, hey, man, shit, I'm where I want to be. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna get what I get, take care of what I got, and grow it the slow way. I'm not trying to grind up the ladder in the mo. Shit, as far as what I do and what I enjoy doing and what I do for money, hey, babe, I'm kind of at the top of the totem pole now. I don't know, ain't no way to climb no more. I can't do nothing but fall now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And a woman gets bored at that point.
Mm-hmm. And just like you said, man, like they're there as long as there is a solid benefit, as long as they can see continued growth. But then it comes a time when they're just completely bored and miserable of you, and the growth isn't coming as exponentially as it was. Your star starts to fade a little bit. And you know what she does? She turns around and cashes in her chips. You know what I'm saying? She quits while she's ahead. Okay? Listen, women are beautiful when they're in their natural state, man. When they recognize that their power lies in their femininity. You understand what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, you have to understand their survival mechanism. And that's the ability to wear masks for long periods of time, man. The same woman you get married to isn't going to be the same woman you divorce, man. You understand what I'm saying? You going in this bitch with high hopes and love and with hearts in your eyes. Meanwhile, she's coming into it with an exit strategy. Most of them come in with their foot out of the door from the beginning, okay? Most of them want the ceremony, the grand attention that she gets when she's walking down the aisle, man, in her dress. She's the center of attention, man. She's the envy of all her friends. Meanwhile, you standing up there, with your arms folded, some of these clowns out here crying and all this other stuff. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, once the ceremony is over, the reality of the responsibility of what marriage is tends to kick in. And many of them are ill prepared, never wanted to be in that position. They just simply love the benefits that came with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and that's really it, G. And here's the thing, man. Even when you look at it, and even if she starts off an amazing woman, you got to pick their diamonds in the rough now. I posted a short clip of some images with Music Man on IG. Just showed this classic time for black folks, man, where the men were dressed, man. They all were rocking the furs, man. They were looking good, not like pimp furs, but like we live in cold weather, so we wear fur. We all businessmen. The women, man, they were dressed, man. They had on their furs and their dresses, man, with their little, their little classy heels on, man. Classic hairstyles, man. None of this crazy. Nobody in the images had there was nothing hood about the images. And I'm not saying the hood is all bad, because I got some hell of a lessons out that joint. But we're at the point now where everything is hood. So if you find a good girl, all her friends ain't good, all her family ain't good, all her co-workers ain't good. Man, she around scallywags all damn day. And now that the scallywag is not shamed or blamed, unless you're talking about the simps, where they're not, shout out to Ramil in Thai City, when they're not shamed and blamed for what they do and how it affects society, all they see is the fun of being a scallywag. You ain't got to be one man, or you could be with you could. There's a man out here that'll still take care of you, knowing you got other men. You ain't got to marry into provision and protection no more. These boys out here will give it up for some time or a sip of wine, man.
Man, and think about this, man. The sole source of information that women adhere to these days is not what's going on with the world. They're completely oblivious to the world around them. They get all their information from social media, the shade room, gossip, maybe even World Star, you know, and this has a profound effect on a lot of these women's psyche. So they see the benefits of being able to be a harlot, you know what I'm saying, without having to invest anything. Because a lot of these guys out here, you know what I mean, they try to get to the bag so they can have their pick of the litter when it comes to women. And unfortunately, you're dealing with something that's not only a liability, but a bad investment. What do you get in return, man? As a man, I don't want to willingly cut a hole in my bag. You know what I'm saying? I work too hard for it, man. My time is my money, dog. The most valuable, the most precious commodity on this planet is your damn time. The time that you put in to get to your bag, increase your value, work on yourself. You know what I'm saying? Every second, every millisecond, you can never get it back. You understand what I'm saying? And I'm not finna waste my time dealing with no broad that have been out here with 30, 40 bodies. In most cases, double that. You know what I'm saying? Just to have some cheap thrills, some fun for, you know, for 30 minutes, an hour, maybe even keep you around for a month. But then I'm gonna grow tired of you because guess what? We're not connecting on an intellectual or spiritual level. I don't want to deal with you because that what you think is the heartbeat of what you got going on eventually becomes your heartbreak. It eventually becomes your headache, brother. You know what I'm saying? So
hey, that's real, G. Hey, listen, man, listen. When you talk about how a woman will look at a situation and have an exit strategy. You know, you said this is one of the first things you said at the start of the show. Man, that exit strategy could be a permanent exit strategy, or it can just be an exit strategy out of the things that she doesn't like about the relationship. DJ Envy wife, she says she faked it, told him to his face. She faked orgasms for 10 years, which means that you know good and damn well she rationed that part of her life out because she ain't been going 10 years without no OG, dog. And I ain't saying she rationed out to a dude, could be a girl. I'm saying that it's rationed out. When she says that, she's admitting to you that she took that part. That was her exit strategy out of the dissatisfaction of intimacy with you. A woman will be with a guy who has no money that she caught up on. Maybe he landed lumber on her to the point, and this is mostly for younger women, but he landed lumber on her and he ain't got to have no money. She'll take care of that guy and then go and get the paper from somewhere else and go be with that guy and let him trick off on her. Man, listen, there is no limit to the amount of ways a woman will adjust to something that she doesn't like, not because she necessarily wants to like it. She wants to have everything taken care of so she can convince you she likes it. You know how happy you got to be with a broad for her to be able to fake orgasms on you for 10 years, man? You got to be blind just overlooking stuff, G.
I'm telling you. Man, listen, bro. And like, MPI said in the chat, I'm talking about because of people, you do have guys out here talking about that, saying that your body count shaming and stuff. Man, I'm going to tell you something, man. Women know that their chastity and purity is attached to that damn body count. All right. And it's the reason that they go behind, go through leaps and bounds to hide that count. They're never going to be honest. They even to a point now, they can say, well, that one night stand doesn't count. That time I slept with this person, it doesn't count. For men, who are completely oblivious, you're gonna allow that. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna allow that bad history. Okay, I'm not finna go out here and buy Nissan Altima for $300,000. You know what I'm saying? Old beat up hoopty. You know what I'm saying? With 200,000 miles and pay full price for what that car was when it first came off the lot. You understand what I'm saying? This is what a lot of guys are investing in, man. But like I said, when women wear that mask for a long period of time, they can act cooperative. They can act submissive. They can act like they're feminine until they get you. Once they get their claws in your damn back, now you on the hook. Now you over here looking like Anthony Anderson. You understand what I'm saying? Where she's attached to your finances for the rest of your life. If she doesn't get married to another man, he's going to cough up that paper for the rest of his days. And then when he dies, she's going to be entitled to a lot of his paper. You understand what I'm saying? I know a lot of guys don't like to hear it, man, but, you know, I don't put celebrity standards on my average everyday life. I don't. But this is a microcosm of exactly what men are faced with all over Western civilization, bro.
Yeah, real talk, man. And, you know, just the thing, man, she tied to his money. Here's the crazy thing, man. With Anthony Anderson, she's tied to his money until she marries someone. Here's the thing. Russell Simmons' old lady was tied to his money for so long. And the crazy thing, she was with a guy. Jamon Ansu, whatever that cat is name, played on Amistad. But she was with him. No, not him. She was with that's who she was with.
Blood Diamond.
Blood Diamond. Yeah. So, man, she was with him for a long time. He wanted to marry her. She wouldn't marry him because his money wasn't long enough to make her detached from Russell money. Now, this last dude she got with, he ended up getting locked up, getting jammed up for scamming people out of millions. But his money was long enough for her to marry him, so she had to be tied to Russell money no more. The problem is a woman can go be with a man, and these dudes will be with her and give her everything he got, but not legally marry her, so she can be getting that food to take care of her and still be getting your money. And the thing with Anthony Anderson, man, let me give y'all some insight on Anthony Anderson's divorce. She already tried to divorce him in 2015, citing irreconcilable differences. Then she filed to dismiss the petition in 2017. After he did, man, God knows what he had to do, what he had to buy, what he had to pay. You know, we remember Kobe cheated on his old lady, man, ended up having to buy her, renew her ring, buy her a $4 million ring. I get it. You got the money, but who in the hell want to spend $4 million on a ring? But that's what you got to do when she tied to your money. You spend that $4 million or let her get $40 million. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So once they got back together, she filed again in 2022. Now, he got to pay $20,000 a month spousal support. The kid's grown. That's just spousal support, which that's just the base. Total, he got to pay $200,000 a year spousal support. Now, when he pays the $200,000, if he ever makes $2 million in a year, which he obviously doesn't make now, it goes up to $400,000 a year. They got 2 homes. They got the family home in Houston where they stay. So, you know, that's the biggest house. Mm-hmm. He got the old home that they moved from. She got a 2022 Mazda, whatever kind of Mazda it is, and he got to keep the 2004 Land Rover.
Hey, I'm gonna tell you something too, man. And believe it or not, his house is about 15 minutes away from me right now. You understand what I'm saying? I know exactly the area that he lives in. I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this too, man. If you don't believe women already have an exit strategy, they already don't come with a plan. I guarantee you, once she divorces, and once the divorce is finalized, she's going to keep his last name, because that last name gives her clout and notoriety. It gives her access to more of a bag. Look at Shawnee O'Neal. Look at all these these basketball wives who divorced their husband and raked them over the coals, still carrying this man's last name. You know what I'm saying? They be knowing exactly what they're doing, man. They play the long game, dog. And a lot of the times, they do something that men should do from the inception of the relationship, and that's to be proactive. You know what I'm saying? Not be reactive. Set yourself up to know, way, man, when things go awry. Listen, if we get together, I'm worth $10,000. By the end of the relationship, I'm worth $100 million. I would be remiss if I didn't break you off a little bit of that paper, because, you know, you may have helped me in some sort of way. You may have been my secretary. You may have come up with some business ideas that I make and listen to. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not above that, but I'm not going to be breaking your ass off those $20 and $30 million, $100 million. Are you out of your damn mind? What do you need with that money? Imagine what a lot of these women are doing with the money that they're getting from these clowns, man. Like, it's ridiculous, bro. Some of these guys losing on a base level, losing their home, losing their cars and stuff, man, and still having to pay child support and alimony. Meanwhile, the next guy come up in there and don't contribute nothing. Living off of your paper, man, because he in that bitch laying that shaboinka to her motherfucker. I had to clean it up a little bit. Put the cold.
Let it roll, man. Let it roll.
Yeah, man. So
yeah. I mean, man, listen, bro. I can handle it one time, once every now and then. Let it roll, bro. Yeah. Hey, don't catch yourself, man. Just give how you give, bro.
Yeah, man.
Just give how you give, man.
But I'll be honest with you, man. If you're still seeking these sort of relationships, if you're still seeking a marriage, You understand what I'm saying? Listen, bro, your marriage isn't between you and the other person. It's between you, that other person, and the state. You understand what I'm saying? Once the state gets in your business, once you sign that marriage contract, man, there's nowhere in this testament that tells you anything about some sort of marriage contract, you know what I'm saying, between you and the state. You are basically signing your rights to your own finances away, to your assets. For what? Because she suck on you pretty good? Because she lay up with you and rub you on your back sometimes? It's rare that you can even get a decent meal out of these females. Dog, you can sit up here and listen to them talk, and they tell you, man, social media is full of what people call red pills. You understand what I'm saying? If you just listen long enough, you will hear everything that you're dealing with in this modern climate when it comes to interpersonal relationships with women, bro.
Yeah. You know, and the thing is, G, there's somebody else in the union now. Social media has a louder voice in a woman's life, like you just said. Social media can direct her in a direction from what her mama tell her. So social media is her God. That's her God. And so you got to remember that whatever it takes, even if she doesn't have the idea of what it do to get over on you or get something extra, she will seek it. If you just watch when divorces go down and watch what women say in the comment to the women, and then watch what they say in the comment to the man, it's always the man messed up. It's always you'll be okay. You could do better. You deserve better than what he did. It's always the man messed up. That's how women think. So even if she fucks up the marriage with you, she's still going to figure out a way to make it be about either something you didn't do or something you didn't give. You forced her to do something. She's never going to look at you and say, I sympathize with your plight. I know that you've been taking care of me all this time. You've been doing all this. And so now, you know, I shouldn't even be trying to get your money. Man, you think she's going to be thinking about that? In her mind, she's going to feel like she's entitled to have of everything you have. Why? Because the one thing that a woman has to admit she is more selfish than a man.
Exactly. And if you think it's a game, dog, look at the delusion. All right. Women feel like they're entitled to a man and his resources simply based off the fact that she's had a bunch of failed relationships with a man. Okay, I went through this with this guy. He was in and out of prison. Oh, the last guy, you know, he put hands on me. The last guy didn't really do much for me. So the next guy gonna have to step up to the plate to do this and do that. You understand what I'm saying? Just based off the fact that she had a bunch of failed relationships, she feels like you're supposed to step in and do all the things that the last person didn't do. And now and if you fall for that, like most men do, now you're overexerting yourself. You're investing too much time, too much effort, too much energy, too much of your resources and finances to the point that you're stuck. Even if you want to get out of the situation, you know that you're going to lose. And as men, we hate to lose out on our investment, man. You've been wrapped up so much time, even though you're miserable. And she running around doing whatever she want to do, you know, girls trips and all this stuff. I want Birkin bags. I want this and that. Man, and they apply these celebrity standards on their relationships. And that's unfair to a lot of dudes. Because I know a lot of dudes want relationships with women. I mean, we love women. Women are, you know, my interaction with women may differ from a lot of guys. But I know their nature. You always deal with women from a position of power, man. Never give women control of you. Never put women in the driver's seat of your life, brothers. Because if you do, she will undoubtedly drive you crazy. She will drive you in the ground, man. And then when you look up, man, now you're broken. Now you got to start over again. And a lot of men are not equipped with the tools to start over again, bro. For real.
Yeah. And some men, man, they stay in this shit so long, they're not equipped with the time to start over again. Because even if you have the tools, if you run out of time, you know how much time it takes to build it. So even if you cut it in half, if you marry a woman, you stay with her till you 60, 65, man, Steve Harvey almost 70, man. Just imagine if within the next 5 years, the divorce that's, you know, been rumored finally comes to reality. It comes to, you know, shit, what am I looking for, man? Come to fruition. When it comes to fruition, man, that boy it's gonna be done for him, dog. Ain't no bouncing back for that. And I say this, man. Here's what I want y'all men to understand. And some people may say, man, y'all just with the wrong, y'all with marriage and all that. Y'all ain't been married and y'all don't listen, man. You listen to two men who've been in their world long enough, experiencing their life long enough to know what the hell we talking about. So I'm gonna tell y'all what those walls are. You got to look out for. A woman. G was just talking about how woman builds up these things we call walls. She got this wall up and that wall. But let's talk about what those walls are. Those walls are the things that make her human. The wall of forgiveness, the wall of understanding, the wall of compassion, the wall of submission, the wall of shut uppiness, the wall of obedience. Those are the walls she has up that you have to break down. So you got to work. No matter what your life already shows. See, you don't do the work to build a life that somebody should be able to look at and say, that man know what he's doing, I better follow him, and then try to work to make that person follow you. Man, if you'd already built yourself up, how dare you work to build somebody else into the type of, you built you into the man you want to be. How you gonna whip her and build her into the woman you want her to be? Come on, man. It don't make sense, because those walls were put up by the same men who need to break them down. I ain't breaking no walls down, man. A woman she has to have a certain energy. And I'm gonna be honest with you, brothers. It has been a very long time since I met a woman in the US with that type of energy, man.
Well, women don't come to you healed, bro. They don't. You know why they don't come to you healed? Because they don't hold themselves accountable for what they contributed to their past experiences. You understand what I'm saying? They're not going to look at themselves in the mirror. They're not going to take the time to work on themselves psychologically. Most of them think that I can get in the gym, get a nice body so I can get attention. But all that's going to garner is the next relationship. You're going to make the next man miserable, and you're going to be miserable as well. You understand what I'm saying? So none of them really want to hear anything outside of their female influences. This is something that if guys deal with women as much as we've had for our experiences in life, listen, women are going to tell other women everything, all of their business. And for the most part, these days of time, man, you got a chick, she might be 30, 35 years old, 28 years old. She listening to her old drunk ass auntie that's 50 some years old that has several failed relationships, but that's her go-to person. She idolizes and worships that auntie. You might have the grandma up in there. You know what I'm saying? You got grams with the yams running around here these days, man. You understand what I'm saying? Even the grandma behaving like a harlot. You understand what I'm saying? This is where they're getting their information from, along with social media. You can't combat that. You would spend waste entirely too much of your time trying to break down the walls, trying to break her down psychologically. You just deal with her accordingly and never ignore any red flags, okay? Sometimes you got to check some things sometimes. You're going to have to step in and say, look here, no, we're not going to do that over here. I have this thing where I'm not going to argue. I'm not going to raise my voice. You're not even going to put me in that kind of state. But unfortunately for many guys, because of their attachment issues to the female, they'll put up with all kind of vile, disrespectful, ungodly bull crap from a female just to keep her around, because you feel like you can't do no better, because you feel like you got low confidence, low self-esteem. You feel like you can't do better than what you in now. And so you end up being stuck for sometime a lifetime. You don't know when the Most High gonna come punch your clock, fool. So why sit up there and waste it in misery? Okay. I almost went on a tangent, my bad.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest with you, G. That's really what it boils down to, man. This is your life, man. This is your life. And let's be honest, when you are married, if you're a man and you married, you got a wife, you got kids, you are dedicated to their provision and protection. You know how much time something that you're dedicated to takes? That's why we tell a young man, hey, man, if you really want to get to where you want to get to, forget about the relationship, forget about the world, just focus over there. Because it takes that much focus and energy to get to something in an efficient amount of time. And you don't want to be, working on some 30 years when you can work on it 15 and get it done. Mm-hmm. So you got to think about the type of dedication that it takes for a man to dedicate himself to that and still be dedicated to his career, still dedicated to his physique, still dedicated to his spirit, man, still dedicated to his family. Man, let me tell y'all something. Guys like to say being a man is hard. No, man, being a man is real. And these women just too damn fake out here, man, to even fit into your life, bro.
Boy, hey, man. What we were on the phone the other day. What we were talking about? Being a man is a 24-hour a day job, bro. You think about the lesbian chick who did a hit piece. She walked around as a man for supposedly 2 years. She didn't make it to 2 years, bro. 18 months, and she never fathomed. She was one of these stark feminists. You know what I'm saying? The F word. I ain't gonna say it out loud over here, but you know what I mean. She was one of those stark type of, men got it easy, men this and that, men are the scourge of the earth and stuff. She portrayed herself as a man for 18 months. You know what that woman ended up doing to her? She ended up killing herself. She talked at length about being just like, she just didn't know just how hard it was for men and how women treated men on this planet. That was powerful in itself. Do you know how many men struggle and suffer in silence, man? They don't have places to go, nobody to talk to. They're just expected to get over it. I've had personal friends of mine who one particularly close friend of mine who killed himself. You know what that broad did? She went on about her business. She went on about her life. Meanwhile, this guy's probably forgotten about, other than the times that I speak about him, just based off of his emotional attachment and feeling like he had nowhere to go, man. And that's real.
Yeah, and bro, it's funny, man. I had a homie I grew up with, man. Been knowing him since we were 3 years old, man. You know what I'm saying? Grew up with him right across the street from him, man. You know what I'm saying? And but once I dipped from the career, man, and just got into being a man, learning life, man, doing what I want to do. He went out to the military. So, he did 20 years in the military. So I see him from time to time. We chop it up, man. But, most time, how it is, man. If I go there and you go there, man, we cool, but we don't really spend a lot of time in each other's lives, chilling or talking, or we're doing much at that point. And, man, dude came all the way back from the military, man, came back, man, had a bad little wife, man. Just had a little boy. Man, she stayed where he was, stayed in the city with him for a minute. Then she dipped to Chicago with family, man. And, a whole bunch of crazy things went down, man. And, man, he ended up, his mom came to the crib, man, and saw him, man. He had put one in, through the roof of his mouth, man.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? And, man, it's a lot of brothers that go out here, man. And it's not because these men are weak men. It's because these men became engulfed with the energy of that woman, with the satisfaction of that woman, with the happiness of that woman, with the joy of that woman, with the validation of that woman even. Mm-hmm. And when you are consumed by anything, death is the next step.
Exactly. I honestly feel bad for a lot of brothers, but then for some of them, they know better. These are the guys that you see on the second, third, fourth marriage getting taken to the cleaners. I don't feel sorry for you. You understand what I'm saying? Maybe you can afford to make those mistakes. Al Pacino just made a child at 80-something years old with a 29-year-old broad. Now this broad trying to take him to the cleaners. You got women like Black China out here that don't even have custody of her children, still trying to seek child support. You understand what I'm saying? This is buffoonery that we're witnessing right before our eyes, man. And men just looked at as like a lesser being. Like men are expected to just get over whatever they just deal with whatever they're dished out. People just hand you a handful of crap and you just supposed to take it on the chin. No, but that's why I talk about being proactive. Don't put yourself in compromising positions with dealing with women. If you're dealing with women from a position of power, your interactions will be different. Your life will be different. The way that she treats you will be different. You know what I'm saying? Her feminine essence will rear itself some type of way, but you always deal with yourself in a way that you're not carrying yourself like some chump. Check stuff at the gate. Present yourself as somebody not to be trampled with. You understand what I'm saying? You can go. Bro, my level of cutoff game is, I don't think nobody on this planet can hold a match to it. Because I can deal with you and have a grand time with you, have fun with you. You're there for a good time, but not a long time, baby. I hand you your walking papers. I hand you your pink slip just like that. and not deal with you ever again. But you know what? When you deal with women from a position of power like that, it's always going to be in the back of their mind some kind of way. They the ones going to always be thinking about the one that got away. You understand what I'm saying? Like Pac was dealing with Jada for real. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and you know what, G? I mean, I tell you like this, man. Guys say, man, so, how do you, and this is one of the questions I get, man. I'm glad you said that it leads to a question, and I've been intending to answer this question, but, now we're at it. This is the time. Man, let me tell y'all something. If you are a man who has your shit together, and by I don't mean you rich or you none of that. I mean that you live the life that you want to live. That's basically what it is. If you live the life you want to live without concern about your ability to live that life, then you're a successful man, whatever level that is for you. If you cool with living in a studio apartment and and just stacking your money and making investments, that's your life. It's not about where you live. It's not about what you drive. It's about how you live your life on a daily basis in every way, from where you wake up to where you go to sleep, to what you eat, to what you drive, to what you wear, to the people who are around you, to your ability to control the people who have access to your personal life. All of these things represent success. So if a woman comes into your life, and let me tell you something, man, if a woman fly herself in to see me, man, when she with me, everything is on me because I was finna do all this shit anyway. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got no problem with that, but I ain't finna cash nobody out. And I'll tell you, man, it's a woman's job to earn any position she wants in your life. Because those few times she spends around you and she sees how you live, those are her sample sizes to let her know what's here. And if she's not willing to earn more space in your life, you can't give it to her because she's either too slow to know or she's too fast to go. And you just got to remember, either way, it doesn't matter to you, because whether she's here or gone, your life moves on in the very same direction. She's never going to bring enough value to your life to alter your life. So don't you ever let her bring enough detriment to your life to alter your life in the other direction either.
Man, listen, bro. No one, it's in human nature. No woman that you know really is going to appreciate anything that she hasn't earned. Okay? This is why you're going to get taken for granted. You're going to get raked over the coals, and you're going to ultimately get discarded because you just give away your time freely. You give away your finances just frivolously. You're doing all this extra stuff. Why? Because you just some sort of crazy attraction that you have to this broad. It's a billion women on the planet. What are you doing? Like the guy asking in the chat, man, dealing with it from a position of power. Listen, man, I'm not altering anything that I have going on for no female. The only people that I alter anything in my life for is my children. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not doing any of that. Okay, then. So the broad hit me up. Oh, I got plans to go to the gun range at 11 o'clock. She hit me up and say, can we do brunch? Nah, because I already planned on going to the gun range. I'm not finna go over here. No, do you want me to come over there? Maybe in some instances, if you agree that, look, I'm gonna pay you, I just really want to see you, I've been thinking about you all day or something like that. I may alter my plans a little bit and go to the range a little bit later or something, but I'm still going to go to the range. You understand what I'm saying? But if it's something that I got to take care of as far as my business, as far as me taking care of myself physically, mentally or financially, I'm not altering anything of that sort. So you want to come over here and drop that ass on me? Okay, then, baby, you're going to have to do that later. You're not going to set the time and the parameters of the way that I move. That's moving from a position of power. You understand? Sticking to what you do, not altering that for no damn female under any circumstances. That's what it means to me. Okay?
Hey, listen, G, and that is certainly, man, a very strong aspect of it. That's what it means to you. And now that you're saying that, yeah, that's included in, regardless of what your actual perspective is. See, there's not one way to do anything. So I'm glad you actually pointed out your perspective on that, G. There's not one way to be in a position of power. You notice G said that's a position of power to me. Mm-hmm. Your life is your life. Like, we all don't stick to one single but you'll notice if you hear a man talk about it, you'd be like, well, okay, well, that's a part of it, but here's the most important part to me. You know what I'm saying? All of it is a part of it. You cannot move how a woman wants you to move. And you also have to make a woman understand, not that you are the prize. None of us are prizes. We're humans. We fuck up all through our lives. I'm not a prize. I'm just a man. If I'm a prize, then hopefully I'm a prize to the Most High. You understand? I'm not worried about being a prize. I'm worried about being in the position that I want to be in life. So for me to allow a woman access to that, man, she just has to earn everything. She has to earn a call. She has to earn a text. She has to earn time. She has to earn a text response. She has to earn everything, because everything in my life is more important than me communicating with her, being with her, spending time with her. I do her as a fun thing, a fun time, some time to enjoy and relax. Never is relaxation more important than my grind, except on Sabbath day when I gotta take that rest.
I'll tell you what, man. You know, I enjoy fishing. I enjoy hunting. I enjoy going to the range. There's things that I have hobbies. You know, I play the guitar, all this stuff, man. Those are things that I enjoy doing. Those are the things that bring me peace. Working on my Jeep, working on the house, decorating the crib and stuff. You know, those are the things that bring me peace. You have to be a phenomenal person to disrupt that peace. Men like to play video games or whatever the case may be. But for the most part, man, a lot of these modern chicks, they enjoy playing with you goofies. And that's just it. This is why I often make the reference of, you know, when you get around her friends or whatever, if you have the luxury of even being around those friends, and you see them giving you that little side eye and get a little smirk or a little laugh underneath, that's because she's read all those stupid ass goofy text messages that you send. Good morning, beautiful, grand rising queen, all this other crap that you're doing, you know, effeminate behavior. You understand what I'm saying? And now she knows she got you. And she's gonna use that as like some little trophy to walk around and parade around with, man, playing with your emotions. That's another thing about dealing from a position of power. You know what I'm saying? Like not giving away your validation so easily, not giving away your attention and approval so easily. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah, she got a fat ass, man. Ooh, that thing bad, boy. I ain't even gonna lie. And she know how to drop it low. But at the end of the day, she can still go. You ain't finna disrupt my peace, baby. When you get up in here and you want to act like one of these modern chicks, you want to be all renegade and all that other stuff. Look, here go your pink slip, baby. I'ma holler at you. That's how, and most men need to move like that for real, man. You can't make women the center of your universe. You can't.
And man, and the main reason that they do, G, is this. What y'all don't understand is that a woman has more options, but you have better options. Because there are more women who have the thing that attracts men than there are men who have the things that truly attract women. So if a woman is truly attracted to you because of your masculinity, the way you carry yourself, the way you move, the way you think, the way she sees you, you know, connecting with people around you from a position of power and all of that, man, that don't come all the time in a woman life. I can honestly tell a woman truly. I mean, I don't tell them this, you know, maybe on down the line once the ice is broken and all of that, and I really start just, you know, confidently dumping my wheel in her brain. We'll talk about that some other time. But I can honestly tell a woman, you have never met a man like me, because if you did, I will be able to see from your energy that you caught up on somebody else, because you never get over that guy. There are women walking around the earth right now who never got over me. They never will. If I was a dirty guy, if I was a dirt dauber, there are guys out here who probably would need to be concerned about their old lady, because I probably would be dropping it off in a drawer from time to time. But since I've grown past that in life, they have no fear, but just know that fact is here, that once a woman comes across a man like you, man, and once you get everything together in your life, man, she's never met that. And so she'll, even if she's not ready to settle down, she'll try to settle down. Even if she's not quite over the last man, she'll say, I'll get over it while I'm getting with him. She'll throw caution to the wind and totally disregard her inability to bring true value to your life from the perspective of feminine energy. And she'll just say, okay, I'm going to get this even though I don't deserve it. She'll get in your life knowing she don't deserve your life. That's why you have to protect it, because it's going to take a while for you to know if she deserves to be in your life on that level, bro. Years even.
Yeah, man. Hey, listen, real quick, man. Brother Tommy, I appreciate the $50 cash out, man. I appreciate you, brother. Salute to you, man. #men first. Listen, man, I'll tell you this too, man. I remember, you know, a while back, man, it's probably been a couple of years, maybe even a few years when we was having this conversation about stuff confidence and self-confidence. Okay, then women love a confident man, not just an egotistical, you know, regal type of guy, but just a guy that's just like taking care of his business. Because like I always say, man, if you're taking care of the small things, when you're taking care of your business, or you get a notepad and you write down, okay, tomorrow I'm gonna hit the gym at this time, you have some structure in your life. Those things will build your confidence, man. And then you get to a point when your interaction with women is based solely off of your confidence. You understand what I'm saying? Like me personally, man, I take a lot of pride in my appearance. Okay. I believe that your kingdom is a reflection of his king. If a woman come to my house, man, I don't have dirty clothes and shit laying around. My dishes are gonna be washed, my clothes gonna be put up, everything like that, man. That goes into part of being a man. Because a lot of the times when a woman look for little things like that so she can step in and try to assert herself. And then she'll try to turn around and use it against you. Well, I did this and I did that just so she could stick around a little bit longer. This is why if you got your shit together and you do invite them over there, they always try to leave little trinkets behind. You know what I'm saying? A piece of jewelry, a piece of clothing or something like that, man. So she can assert herself just in case somebody, you know, because she already know you confident and you on your shit. So she know you probably got your pick of the litter. So another one come through there and see those little things, and she knows that. But here's the thing about it. That even works to your advantage because at the end of the day, don't no woman want a man that other women don't want. Okay? This is what guys get it misconstrued. This is why I got the guys that do have on the wedding ring and he on his shit. A lot of women are trying to take that woman's man. You understand me? Pay attention, man. Pay close attention to that stuff, man.
Man, and let me tell you the crazy thing, G. When you take a look out into the landscape as far as dating, relationships, any of that goes, it's hard to even find a woman who doesn't feel like she deserves something like just because she's a woman. You know how many times, man, I have had a woman believe that, and of course you can't get that out of me. You know what I'm saying? I don't play that game. You know what I'm saying? Like you really, really got to earn, you know, anything you got to anything you can't return, man, you got to earn it. Mm-hmm. You can't return my time. You got to earn that shit, man. Listen, I have to take time, and I tell women this all the time. You got to remind the broad, man. That's what I do. I talk to them all the time. If I had never had to remind them something too many times, but you got to remind the woman from time to time that I'm giving you my time.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah,
you didn't have nothing to do. Like you got some free. You ain't had nothing to do, and you're like, okay, I got some free time. I want to spend it with you. Okay, well, baby, I ain't got no free time. So I got to navigate my life and structure things like that. And when I structure to have some time, you got to try to have time then. Man, listen, I've met women, man, that we never could link up. Linked up one time and just could never find the time again. Mm-hmm. And I didn't have a problem with that because she was really a career-driven woman. So she just had her schedule was like that. Mm-hmm. For me, okay, I'm a career-driven man too. So if you can't fit into my time, then we just ain't gonna never spend no time together because, you know, I strategically place time. And I tell a woman in time, well, I'm not coming. Okay, cool. Well, cool. I said, yeah. She called me next day, man, trying to come. I said, no, I left. I went out of town. I flew somewhere. You know what I'm saying? My life finna go on. This is time I set aside for you, but I always got a plan B.
Oh, yeah.
And so as long as you got a plan B, man, even with intimate relationships, you will not allow yourself to get into a marriage with one woman because you have at least two options for that position. Now, how you gonna lock one of them out for the other one? Well, you know good and goddamn well that you're gonna lack some things if you ain't got both of them.
Oh yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure, man. And I say this, man, before we move on. Listen, I have the luxury of actually, you know, the women around me, they get upset with me because I don't have the time. I'm normally doing something that I'm taking care of my business or whatever. You may not hear from me until 5 o'clock that evening. You might go the whole day. But like I tell them, I say the phone works both ways, baby. I get back to you when I can. I'm out here conquering the world. You understand what I'm saying? If you allow women to play with your time, they will never respect you whatsoever. Those are the guys that get juggled around. These are the guys that's in these rotations now because, from, let Seth Harvey and the rest of the guys that, you're supposed to think like a man. So a lot of these women do have a rotations of men, the guy that puts gas in the car, the guy that give them $100 here and there, a couple of $100, the guy that pay the light bill, the guy that helps out on the rent and stuff. You will fall into that same little stupid ass rotation if you do not value your time and respect yourself. People talk about know your worth. And that's a cliche. Everybody's talking about knowing their worth, but it's a lie. Because if you truly knew your worth, if you truly valued yourself as a human being on this planet, you wouldn't allow anyone to play with your time, bro.
And the worst thing about it, G, is these guys be caught in those rotations, and some of them believe it's just them. They be in a rotation. One will be having 6 men rotating, and he believes because he helps out with certain things financially that it's just him. I'm talking about the situation be so, G, man, he don't even see the woman a lot. But be believing that she's so busy. Now she's so busy, G, but she need help with stuff. But she busy now. And man, he rarely seeing her, man. He be like, man, she got me a girl, man, blah, blah, blah. I be like, bro, you can't see this? No, you wrong about this one, big dog. You wrong. Hey, all right, man. I hope I am, bro. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah.
Guys have to understand, man, that a woman is a survivor. And if she ain't situated, you got two kind of women. You got the woman who getting her own money and she don't need no help financially. That's the one who gonna say she don't need no man. Yeah, she need a man. Because let me tell you something about Miss Career Woman. Bottle of wine cracked every night.
Every night.
Every night.
You right.
I ain't talking about some nights. Even off days, that bottle of wine is cracked. And the second kind of woman is the woman who never thought about getting a career, but she also never knew that meant that eventually, in order for her to live the life that she want to live, she was going to have to be somebody's wife. Oh, yeah. And so she went and lived a life that absolved her of any value as a man's wife. And now she ain't got no career. And that's the one you got to really worry about being in a rotation for. Because the woman who got her money right now, one thing in her rotation, she ain't sleeping with everybody.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely.
Because she done made it to a level in life where she got a reputation. You cannot be the CEO of a company and get a reputation as the neighborhood hoe. It don't work like that. It's going to affect your business. You're gonna miss out on money. But otherwise, the woman who hadn't figured it out, man, boy, she gonna have a rotation of guys, and the main thing she want from guys is paper.
Oh man, absolutely. Listen, man, where I live at, man, it's the strong boss bees capital of the world. You got women out here making $250,000, $300,000, $500,000 a year, man, living in 400, 500 square foot houses, man, 5,000 square foot houses, man. In gated communities and stuff. Single and lonely as hell. I told you, we talked on the phone about that wine bar, man. It's a wine bar right up the street from the house. Every day about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when these women getting off work, where they at? Where they at? And I mean, soon as, I'll just say this. When I walk in the door, it's a lot of rubbernecking. You understand what I'm saying? They looking. You feel me? So when you up on your shit and you carry yourself a certain way and you put yourself in those kind of positions, you can have your pick of the litter, man. You can pick them like blades of grass, man. You don't have to tie yourself emotionally and financially to any of them, because most of them, no matter how much money they have, they're still acting from a sense of desperation. They want somebody. They lonely. They getting older. They see that biological clock ticking, man. They're human. It is just a lot of the times, a lot of guys listening to these young bras and stuff, and they get caught up in the hoopla. They listen to what these bras say they want. And what they want and what they respond to are two entirely different things, man. It's just, that's what it is.
Church. And and I'll tell you this too, man. A lot of guys don't understand this, G. When that woman is at that point where she's had that career and made that money and she's living in that community, man. I'll tell you what, man, we used to go to and this is a quick excerpt. We used to go to T.O. crib when he was playing for the 49ers. He had a crib in Atlanta. And so we used to go to T.O. crib and kick it, man. And you just never know who was in that neighborhood. Man, now every house in the neighborhood in ATL, every house in there $1 million or better. So T.O. lived right here. Montel Jordan lived next to him. Kelly Price lived next door. Biggest house on the block, man. It was a nurse practitioner, man. Wow. Biggest house on the block. Look, I mean, boy, look. cute chocolate thing too, boy. When I say she, but you know what, man? She was over there all by herself, G. All by herself. And I'm telling you, man, what you have to understand is that woman has no idea what it means to connect with a man. Not just me, not just G, not just Steel Dre, not just Flims. No, man. She never even worked on that skill a little bit. And so even if she wants it, even if she ain't got the street track record of the next chick, she don't even know how to connect like physically. Like if you've had a woman connect with you physically, man, like connect, then you know, man, when a woman not connecting with you can still have fun and get off, but she ain't connecting with you. And a lot of them, man, they stuck in that position. So when you look at the young chicks that's all out there, and you look at the women who got the careers, man, that's like they're so emotionally stretched out, man, and so mentally stressed that, like G said, like I said, they either at the wine bar or they at the crib in front of the movie curled up, man, with their own bottle to themselves. Hopefully they ain't drinking out the bottle. But the pickings are slim for the type of woman that you deserve. You could get anything, but what do you deserve?
Yeah, man. And I mean, I you know, the thing is about it, man, if you're not bossing up and taking care of your business, man, you will undoubtedly get ran right over by the boss B. You understand what I'm saying? Like the buzzsaw. You know what I'm saying? Because they so you know, used to being, you know, whatever they needed to be for themselves. Once they get a man, they don't know how to, you know, treat that man or keep that man. They're gonna treat you like a child for the most part, especially if you don't have your own, you know, going on. And no matter how big it is, it doesn't have to be the $1 million house in the neighborhood or whatever, but have something, a place that you can go. This is why I tell guys all the time, man, I've seen this more and more, even though it comes with a warning label and the guys still don't listen to it. I'm seeing more and more young men moving in with the female, getting an apartment that's in her, moving in an apartment that's in her name or whatever the case may be. That is the dumbest decision you will ever make in your life, because now she's in the position of power. She can bag your shit up in some hefty bags and put it alongside the street like some garbage. You know, while you at work. You feel me? Never put yourself in a position like that, man, ever. I don't care how fine she is. I don't care how she sings sweet nothings and try to coerce you into, we're going to have this life together. We're going to, man, you're one argument away from being homeless at that point, man. Never do that, bro. Never do that. Never get caught up in the situation of what women tell you. Judge people by their actions, and you will never be fooled by their words, man.
Right. And then we at the point now in this society, man, never even let the broad come live with you. Because now we're in a point now where in society, she in your crib 30 days, man. She start getting mail at your crib. Man, you got to go to court to get out. These days, some place you can't even get a squatter out your house if you got to travel for work. You stay gone 30 days or longer, man. I think they can, without you showing up at your house, I think that's the length of time that they can just move into your shit. And once they're in there, and whatever that time frame is in your area, once they inhabit your crib, man, you got to fight to get them out, man. You may not be able to get them out. So don't even let a raw man. Cohabitation is the quickest way to pull yourself right back on the reservation, man. I'm telling you, bro, you got to remember that her presence is not required in your life on a daily basis. For her to get the things that she wants from me, her presence is required in my life on a day. I have to be in her life on a daily basis, because I'm not going to take, if she can earn her way, I don't even know what it'd take to earn. Gee, I don't know. But if she earned her way into my life in that position, then she's going to be under my umbrella, under my tutelage. So everything that the majority of expenses that she incurs, I already pay them anyway. You know what I'm saying? And ain't no broad finna be at home running up no bills and nothing like that. But I don't need her in that position. There is no benefit for it. Everything that I want from her, she'll give it to me without that.
Exactly.
What she wants ultimately, she ain't gonna get that unless she gets into that position. And that's what you may have to understand. There is no value that a woman can bring to you that would even make sense to let her move in with you. For what? That means that you need that one woman in your mix, and the rest of your life revolves around her. Unless you want to be in there trying to be a player with a woman you let move in because you said you're gonna be monogamous and get your shit tore up all the time.
Man,
you know what I'm saying?
Like you was talking about, man, going through the eviction process or whatever the case may be. Once she get one item of mail there, filing the eviction notice will take up to 30 days. she still has access to all your stuff. What you think gonna happen up in there, man? You understand what I'm saying? You think she at that point she about to be homeless? You think she care about tearing up your shit, destroying everything that you tried to build? Probably even hit you with the Lisa Left Eye Lopez. You know what I'm saying? Setting your shit on fire. You never know, man. And a lot of these, in a lot of these cases, you don't even know. You may have caught her dealing with somebody else, and you don't know what kind of clown he is. She'd be like, I want to tell you that I want to burn, and he go right along over there with the gas can and some magic. Okay, baby, I'll burn it down for you. You understand what I'm saying? You do not know the depths of just how dark these bras can be, man, when it comes to their emotions and dealing with you. They can destroy everything that you've built, man. So just, be mindful of who you let in. I know a lot of people say it's cliche about vetting women and stuff like that, but like it boils back to what we talked about. Nobody appreciates nothing they haven't earned. Just because she's, you got this dry bag and stuff that's going on. As soon as a woman meets you, they bring up their past relationship and how the guy was a plant manager or ex ball player or anything, and try to get you to, you basically at that point you're chasing ghosts. You're trying to live up to these expectations that she's levied on you based off of her past relationship. But I always say, like, how did that work out for you? Why you ain't still over there? Why you over here bothering me? You can go on about your business. As soon as a broad bring up that anything that a man done before him in the past, or they come with that dry bag, oh, I don't know how I'm gonna pay my light bill this month. Well, I don't know either, baby. I'm gonna holler at you though. Take care of yourself. Shit.
Yeah. Hey, real talk, G. Hey, listen, man. So let's segue into that, man. You got to stop believing that it's okay to trick off on these bras, man. It's not okay. Like, you're a part of the problem when you do that. So if you're a man, you're in your 30s, 40s, 50s, man, you tricking off on some chick, man, you got to understand there's a young man coming up behind you that's got to deal with a woman who's saying, hey, that's just how it is. Men's supposed to pay. And you may say, man, there ain't none of my business. Hey, man, your goal as a man is to leave the world better than you found it. Leave more jewels here than you leave humps of shit. You gotta leave some things here that people can use, man. And it's your job to make sure that you leave the world better for those behind you, man, as much as you can. And when it comes to these bras, man, that's why we do this. That's why this information is so necessary, because there are guys out here who don't know, because there are women out here that have mastered the art of not showing their hand until you either fold or put your cards down face up. And she got an ace up her sleeve just in case your hand is better.
Deception, man. That what we say, theatricality and deception are powerful agents, man. They are. And you got to stay up on your shit, man. Like I don't spend my time, worrying about, what the bras are doing, or on social media, behaving that type of way. I just simply, stay clear of that. I can tell what type of broad you are. You know what I'm saying? When you got a bunch of tattoos, man, you running the chicks out here have 3 different dudes' name tatted on them. I'm not finna deal with that garbage, man. I know you coming with a bunch of emotional baggage and trauma. I'm not finna deal with it. And if I deal with you, it's just gonna be, to have a good time, have a little fun, and then you're gonna go on about your business. I will never take you seriously. You understand what I'm saying? And other situations where I just don't. It be times, man, I don't want to be bothered at all. You know what I mean? For days on end. Like that's not the center of my universe. My interactions with women romantically or anything like that. Of course, when you come around me, it's gonna be an experience. You're gonna have a good time, And with this tricking stuff, man, I mean, I don't know. People have their own definition of what tricking is. I'll say you sit up this bitch paying a broad's rent every month. That's some real tricking. Paying a car note every month. That's some real tricking. If I'm already knocking you off and we having a good time or whatever, I don't mind taking you on a dinner date or whatever the case may be. It ain't no problem for me, because all the the action that's gonna take place afterwards. It may be well worth it. I don't have a problem with that,
And G, sometimes it works better. You get to, if you got the time, hey man, you get to spend the entire evening with me. You know what I'm saying? I mean, as a man, if you got the time, she get to spend the entire evening with you, man, which is only going to segue into it. And I mean, if she already some you enjoy having fun with, man, then hey man, all the the particulars are already heating up. All throughout the day. And so by the time, we get to where we can settle in, hey, man, the whole day was worth it, because it was just one long event that just culminated in this. But when we talk about, hey, my car note, hey, listen, bro, I don't care what you think. That is a benefit a woman gets when she has a husband. Like if you don't have that, then you can't be that dude, man. You can't give her husband treatment, and all you're doing is probably getting laid. Because the real deal is, some of y'all don't even be getting the boxing. Y'all be out there, man, slinging money to her like rocks. I ain't never seen it, bro.
Man, listen, bro. Some of y'all, some of these married guys aren't really husbands in her eyes. They're just placeholders. Someone there to give them everything that they want. You're a tool. You know what I'm saying? And what happens with a tool, a broom, when it has no use anymore? You understand what I'm saying? Or any other knife or a fork. You know, any other tool that you have on this planet, man, once you have no more use for it, guess what? You're going to throw it away. And that's what ended up happening in a lot of these relationships. The relationship was doomed to fail from the beginning. I'm going to say this, man, and I'm not going to be long-winded because I told you about my partner. My partner is a personal trainer, and, he's a professional, dancer or whatever. And he's out there in Vegas. We grew up together, same neighborhood, played ball together and everything. Listen, man. Some of the horror stories that you hear from these bachelorette parties the night prior to these women getting married to these guys, man, it's utterly disgusting. And she walked down that aisle and kissed you right in that mouth with that same lips she just got finished sucking on a sock with. You feel me? Like and you're gonna sign up for that. You're gonna sign your life away. Your commitment, your attention, your finances, all these things, man, for somebody that doesn't even respect you enough to hold themselves down. This is another reason that body counts matter as well. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, the only people that has a problem with you discussing body counts is a motherfucker that has a high body count, okay? And that's real.
That's it, man. That's it. And I'm going to tell y'all like this, man. Biblically, a woman is supposed to be a virgin to be a wife. At the most, already had one husband, and he divorced her. He gave her a bill of divorcement and sent her away. He just wasn't happy with the problem. Mm-hmm. But how far do you go away from that, and you're still allowing yourself to believe she's worthy of being a wife? See, a woman can't be a scallywag and then change her life and become a wife. She can change her life and become a recovering scallywag. Mm-hmm. But that don't make her a wife. So at some point, the same way you do everything else in your life, there's only a certain point you're going to go to when it comes to your money before you correct some things. And your mindset, your outlook, what you're doing to get money, how you're saving it, how you're investing it. When it comes to any of your dealings with men, well, you're not going to let men cross that line right there. A man who shows you he's a crook and steal from you, you're not going to let him come back to you 5 years later and say, man, I don't steal no more, man. Let's be tight like we were. Can I be your accountant again? Hell nah, bro. I'm glad you changed your life around, but you ain't get access to mine no more. But you'll let a woman go and do whatever she want to do. And you're not, man, listen, stop believing that she can change into what you want her to be. She can change. We all can change. When I say people don't change, I mean people don't change and become something else. It means people don't transform. Maybe I'll say that. People don't, you're not going to be a caterpillar and suddenly turn into a butterfly. You're going to be a caterpillar that's going to turn into a bigger, older, growner caterpillar. Mm-hmm. So this is all you men need to know and keep in mind. She will never become what you want her to become. She had to be raised to be that. And at a certain point, nobody can raise her, especially not you, who already picked her up when she was in ruins.
Mm. Yeah, man. A lot of guys a lot of people just simply fall in love with the fantasy of what they want people to be. You know what I mean? This is why a lot of guys struggle with, heartbreak after a breakup or whatever the case may be, because they're still attached to the good parts, or what they thought was the good parts. This person is not who you thought they were. They were the lying, deceiving, manipulative mug they always been. You know what I'm saying? They and it's only become worse. You know what I mean? You get the worst parts. because people don't get any better that don't hold themselves accountable. Like if you look in the mirror and you diagnose your flaws or whatever you need to do to become better, you inherently try to work on yourself and become the best version of yourself, then you could possibly change into something that's better. But for somebody who's being fed lies, fed deception, you know what I mean, and it molds them into who they are as a person, that's who they're going to be. Whether they're dealing with you or 5 dudes from you, they're going to get the same results over and over again. You notice a lot of these relationships, whether it's celebrities or everyday women, they go from relationship to relationship to relationship to relationship, several failed relationships. And the common denominator in every relationship is them. It's just what it is, man.
Man, I was doing a consultation with a woman this week, man, earlier this week. And she was telling me, man, how, you know, her life is a continuous cycle. It's just a continuous cycle, you know, and she admitted that when she gets to a certain point of really, really fear of the unknown, you know what I'm saying? And when everything you know is not what you want to know, the unknown is where all your hopes and dreams is over there in the unknown. But so about 3 situations, man, and I just stopped her and said, "Look, yo, let me ask you something. Why are you continuing to do that? Let me ask you, how has that worked out in your life? Not good." I said, "Well, why in the hell would you keep doing it? It's gonna be not good every time." Mm-hmm. They don't have it in them to change how they are. So even if they're on something that's not that negative, if she's a career woman, she's never gonna stop being that. She'll work herself until she start getting sick from working. When she get older, she just won't stop. Do you know there are women who should have been retired that got plenty of money saved or got money left by their husband or whatever, and they still won't stop working? Man, they can't. They could be they have hobbies they want to do, they have businesses they want to start, but they just got to go get it. All of the accolades that come with being in the top position or become being a boss or come being all that, your woman cannot change. The same way a scallywag, a thought, she can't change from being that. A woman can't tell you, well, I used to be out there, but I ain't out there no more. Yeah, you ain't out there no more because ain't nobody picking you up off the curb no more. Ain't no need to be out there in the cold if ain't nobody picking you up in a warm car. So she ain't living that life no more. That's anybody. So you men must understand that trust and her don't mix, because she can't even tell you who she truly is.
She can't show you who she really is either. That's why you see a bunch of makeup and, you know, hair and all this other stuff, man, because deep down, man, I mean, most of them are naturally insecure and they really just masking who they really are. You understand what I'm saying? When you're a scallywag out here, man, you know, that's heavily promoted now, you know, going through these 3 or 4 phases. Go through the whore phase, get it out of your system. But you have women that's 48 years old still living in a lifelong whore phase. You know what I mean? We live in this. It's not just a female problem; it's a culture problem. You know what I'm saying? You start seeing men that's more undisciplined. Everything that they're doing is trying to get in between some chick thighs, man. And what you're gonna end up running up on is a case of death. You understand what I'm saying? Some long, prolonged death, if you know what I mean, dog. You got something that you can't wipe off of that Johnson, baby. Dealing with this broad, are you on the hook for 18 years or child support for some broad that was sleeping with several different men and you were just one of them? You know what I'm saying? Like, man, you really have to protect yourself and really know what you're dealing with, you know? And you can't say you don't know no better, because you got people out here like us that's giving you the information and telling you, look here, man, you need to protect yourself at all time, man. Guard your 6. It's a cold world out here, man, and it's a dangerous game, bro. You have some of these chicks, she bad as hell, man. You gotta know what you're dealing with. You invite her to your crib, man. Next thing you know, man, dudes running up in your shit, ski masks and all kind of stuff, man. You come home and your house completely empty. You know what I'm saying? Like, for real, man. You don't know the dangerous games that a lot of these chicks playing out here, man. You can go through some of these articles and stuff, man, seeing how a lot of guys losing their life, man. A lot of these young cats, man, jeweled up, flashy, more flash than substance, got a lot of stuff confidence. You know what I'm saying? And then they get taken down through there, man. Dealing with the wrong female will cost you everything, including your life, man. Please understand that.
Yeah. And the real deal is, if you don't lose something, if you don't lose everything, homies, you're going to lose something. And what is she worth losing? Because you're already losing time to her already. All right, G, you got a couple super chats in here, man. I'm gonna get these, man. Then we're gonna play that Stephen A clip, man. Stephen A really, he really touched down. I'm starting to have a lot of respect for that brother, man, because he opened it up, man, about just his decision to be single. So yeah, so and let me get these. I don't know, man. They must not really be enjoying the show. Gee, I ain't see that many in here, man. I don't know. I can't understand why you ain't enjoying this show, man. This show, right? Hey, this a banger. This one for the ages, man. But I'm gonna run down though, man. Well, I don't know what's up with y'all, man. Hog 77, appreciate the 5 bones. Salute the Doc and GMB. Y'all always give us some news we can use, can't refuse or abuse from Houston to Bama. Salute 100, homie 100. All right, let's see what we got here, man. MPI, appreciate you, man. GMB, stop body count shaming. LOL. Hey, that's their favorite thing to say, boy. We shaming something, ain't it?
Oh, yeah, man.
Derico Bullard, appreciate the dime, man. Peace and blessing, Dr. BOA. Salute to you, man. Salute. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. J Mac, appreciate the 5 bones, man. All facts BOA on marriage. I got a homeboy who got married, and I can tell he's not happy at all. Even forced him to move to a state he didn't want to move to. But you know what? When you say forced, you know what, man? You can't move unless you move, from your own desire. You know what I'm saying? Unless she tied that fool up, man, threw him in the back of a pickup truck. Hey, man, you know what I'm saying? Like he went into the situation following her, man. And I'm gonna tell you, you can't alter a situation. How you start with a broad, man, is how you gonna end with the broad. That's just real. You can't change that, man. Now she may change, but how you start is how you gonna end. If you're a simp in the beginning, she gonna marry a simp, be with a simp, and leave a simp. Pimp, it ain't like pimps don't get left. They get left more than any man.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Bruce E, appreciate the dime. 2 true legends. Salute to you, man. Salute. Hog 77 again, man. Appreciate the 2 bones. Principles over pleasure. All the time, man. Got to be. It shouldn't even be, it shouldn't even be a question because your principles should be so high above your pleasure that they can't even compete with one another. Hog 77, appreciate the 5 bones again, man. Once men start gauging women with a spiritual eye, not a carnal eye, they'll release most of these bras value low like an alligator toe. Yeah, they'll realize most of these, I guess, you may realize most of these bra value low like an alligator toe. Man, listen, that's really the main thing. So that's why, we preach the AlphaRonomy of AlphaRonomy, man. Listen, there is no alpha without God, man. If you ain't got no connection with him, you ain't alpha. Call yourself whatever you want to call yourself. But I mean, the truth is, there ain't no alpha without God, dog. I don't know what else to tell you. So you have to, man. We have to start viewing women not just from their carnal perspective, but we also have to view them from the value of their essence. Like, how feminine are you in the way that I want a woman to be feminine? What is your content of character? Because I'm gonna be honest with you, a woman with a high content of character, I'm less likely to require her to be at 9, 8, hell, if she's an adjustable 6 that takes good care of herself health-wise, and she understands and has that type of content of character, man, she has more value to me, man, than a dime who half out of her damn mind. Paul 77, appreciate the 5 on. Moving in with a broad is worse than going to jail with no bail. Yeah, hey, listen, man, it's a serious situation, man. It's a serious situation. Dr. Lee, the chosen one. Dr. Lee, the chosen. Appreciate the 5 on facts. If a woman has to say, I can be that, it means she's not naturally that. A facade is never permanent. Listen, if you ever hear, I can be that, it means that, yeah, I can do that for as long as I need to do that to get what I need from you. And then, I'm going to go back to myself.
Conditional femininity.
Conditional femininity. Deshaun Love, appreciate the 5 on. Did talking that real? Salute. Oh, did talking that real? Salute to both of y'all kings. Keep talking that real, I guess. Salute to, man, I don't know how to keep turning into did, though, boy. That's a big difference. Salute to both of y'all kings. Preach. Salute to you, man. Appreciate you. Josh Allen, appreciate the dime, man. Josh, major knowledge being spit by you 2 warriors. Keep it coming. Hey, man, on the ball, bro. On the brawl, man. Appreciate it. Shout out to my brother D. Flemings in here, man in the post. Famo, always, man. Much love, man. One of my earliest subs, man. Boy, been rolling with me for a minute, man. Salute to you, bro.
Yeah, Flam and SJ been around a while, baby.
Yeah, man. Yeah, that's real, man. Hey, man, y'all subscribe to GMB channel, man. Flam's putting that link in there, man. So y'all follow that, man. All right, let's get back into this, man. We're going to play this little Stephen A clip, man. it's about three. It's probably about maybe about 3 minutes long. But man, it was a 9-minute clip, and I just broke it down short as I could, man. And it's 3 minutes of gems in it. So we'll take a listen to that, man. And he'll touch on a bunch of things that we've already touched on, which means he either listening or he living it. One or the other, man.
I'm 55 years old. I've never been married. And I'm happy about it. Now, that ain't the most popular thing to say. Okay? It's not the most popular thing to say. And the reason why it's not the most popular thing to say is because we live in a country and we live in a nation where we talk about, the Bible talks about how a man who finds a wife finds a very, very, very good thing. And I am not the kind of heathen that one would surmise that I am. So because of that, I want to defer to biblical scripture. And I want to say to you, I get it. I understand. But I hope that my pastor, Pastor A.R. Bernard, Christian Cultural Center, Brooklyn, New York, spiritual father, and he understands that there are some people that are there, and there are some people that just work very hard to get there. And I'm one of those people that I work very hard to get there, but I haven't quite made it there yet. Okay? Now, one could easily surmise that a past rife with some degree of promiscuity might have, dare I say, contributed to my desire to be single all of these years. But that was before. A long time ago, okay? I'm not that guy anymore. I'm not that guy. I swear. But that is not the reason I am not upset about being single. Somebody got to talk about it. So I'm going to talk about it. Ladies and gentlemen, you read this story about rapper Jeezy, how he filed for divorce from his wife, Jeannie Mai, after only 2 years of marriage. In legal documents, he claims their marriage is irretrievably broken. Now, Jeannie Mai challenges Jeezy's divorce. Former friends, that's why they former friends are saying she's after his money. Now, I ain't trying to get in people's business. All of this stuff is publicized, stuff like that. I don't get into people's private business. If it's public, but I don't expose their private business. Talk about what you do on the field of play, court of play, stuff like that. But I don't get it. I don't go this route. I'm not bringing this up to get into their private business. I'm bringing it up to make a point. I want everybody to listen. I want my nephew sitting to my left. I want my assistant sitting to my right. I want my staff sitting outside. I want everybody to stop talking. Stop talking. I want everybody to listen to me, just like I'm asking America to listen to me. Just like I'm asking people worldwide to listen to me. From all over the world. It's YouTube we're talking about here now. I need everybody to listen to me right now. Everybody listen. It's got to stop. Okay? Marriage and the sanctity that once came with it. It is either on life support in the United States of America, or it has died, and we have just refused to give it a funeral. Somebody got to say it.
There it is, baby. I'm telling you, man. I don't know where Steve on, but boy, he done decided he gonna talk about it. I mean, I will say, man, Steve been single, man. I mean, he ain't never been married. He's talking how he live it, man.
Hey, man, listen, bro. Salute to the brother. I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen A. as a commentator, but as a man and speaking that truth, I gotta, hey, man, hats off to him, brother. Like, for real, it's facts. Marriage, it's been dead, man. It's been dead for quite some time. We just refuse to accept it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I think a lot of women have accepted it far before we have. You understand what I'm saying? And a lot of them are feeling the ramifications of it. But at the end of the day, we still trying to seek out that unicorn. And if you're doing that here in Western civilization, you're a damn fool.
Yeah.
You know, pour into those that pour into you, baby. That's all I'll tell you.
Man, listen, you're never gonna find that woman who isn't already bonded with another man. Either she doesn't exist. Either she's already with a man, or she was with a man for a long time. That's just the only way that goes. Like, she's not available in that form. Somebody has already gotten the value that she can bring. See, we live in a society where not only is virginity not valued, the overall function of her love-making apparatus, the value is lost. So when you build your life into what can a woman give Stephen A besides intimacy? What can a woman give GMB besides intimacy? What can a woman give BOA besides intimacy? This isn't about like a woman not having any value. It's the fact she doesn't have anything she can give me except that. And the problem is, if it's already been had by other men, I've already had it before. It's no different when we're talking about value for marriage. Now, physically, yeah, there's a whole bunch of differences with the overall physical interaction. But when it comes to value as a wife, if somebody's already had it, it has no more value than any I've ever had that somebody's already had. And virginity is the requirement from God for you to marry a woman. Except she have been with one husband and he put her away by divorce. You can marry her. But if you don't find no pleasure in it either, she can't go back to that last husband. So, man, this is biblical law. So I'm telling you, men, stop believing that GMB just told you, you crazy, a fool to be looking for here, because it's a waste of time. You can't find her here. But y'all keep trying, man. I don't know, man. Maybe one of y'all gonna prove me wrong one day. I don't know.
Well, I'll just say, man, I'll say this too. Like, culturally, you know, in a lot of these situations, man, these people are morally bankrupt. This is why they don't have a problem, you know, being sexually provocative, even in a marriage. You understand what I'm saying? I know guys that are on social media. They have their wives or girlfriends, and they promoting them everywhere, taking these trips, and you know, by all indications, being a doting partner. Okay, they will still go up there and share an image of Drake or Michael B. Jordan and say that they're Man Crush Monday. Just complete disrespect, total disregard for you as a man, the leader of your household, or any of that stuff. You have to complain about the things that you're not getting from these bras, man. Some of y'all guys are in cohabitation situations right now, and you're miserable. That's why a lot of you here. Let's be honest. Even if you're not in that situation, you've been in that situation. I'll be completely transparent. I bit the bullet once, and it ended miserably. I've been on this earth for 40 plus years, brothers. I have a wealth of experiences, things that I've been through myself or things that I've witnessed people go through. I'm a leader of men in my career, 30, 40, 50 men, 100 men. I've helped thousands of men in my personal life, people that I know personally, man. And you just can't imagine some of the horror stories that I've had to hear that men endure based on their attachment, based on their need, based on their emotions to loneliness, making terrible decisions just because they want to have somebody. They want to have that fantasy that most men fall for, the things that you grew up watching on TV, the Cosby Show, the Claire Huxtables. But there ain't no Claire Huxtables out here. Let me go Stephen A. a little bit. You ain't finding no Claires out here, brother. It's 2023. If you think that for 1 second that you're going to find that wholesome, virtuous woman with chastity, that's why the reason they had the chastity belt. You know, that was to symbolize her purity. Ain't no pure bras out here, man. Go on to social media. Everyone you see, you're gonna see some ass pictures. You're gonna see some sexually provocative, some sort of pose or something. You're gonna hear a bunch of garbage, you know, a bunch of cursing, all kind of nonsense, man. Talking down on men, all that crap, dog. It's high time that men recognize your worth and understand that it's okay to be alone. It really is, man. You know. So,
Man, it's not only is it okay to be alone, it is required that as a man, you spend the majority of your time away from the beguiling nature of whatever woman it is that you have developed an affinity for. The things you need to accomplish and it's not because women are bad, it's because the things you need to accomplish in life do not require that connection to her. As a matter of fact, they require the opposite of that connection to her. So even when you're being intimate with a woman, before you go back into your work, you need to let 24 hours dissipate before you go back to your work, because you want to cleanse yourself of her energy before you take her energy back to your work, back to your job, back to your man space, back to your money making thing. You got to think about it, man. Her energy goes with you. You connect with her, you take her energy with you back. So we can't just look at it and say, okay, if a soldier about to go to war, don't sleep with your wife for 3 days. If you're a boxer, hey man, while you training for this fight, don't get it in like that. Damn sure don't get it in within 3 days before the fight. You're MMA fighter, whatever you are, when you have to exert yourself, your most masculine state now is often applied to physical exertion, sports, and other things, but mental and emotional exertion as well. All of that is your masculine energy. So you have to protect yourself before and after you deal with a woman. You got to put some space between it. You protect yourself before by always keeping space between the different women that you deal with. You got 3 women. There's no way you should see all 3 of them within a week, because you need time to rid yourself. Before you know it, you overrun with feminine energy. You know what? How we overrun feminine energy? You stop caring about masculine shit. You stop caring about how you look. You still dress fly, but you stop caring about. You don't care if you get man boobs and all that. You don't care because you're surrounded by feminine energy, and feminine energy wants you develop the type of body that a female has. And if you develop that type of body, then your spirit is now, your masculine spirit is now housed in a feminine body. How strong can you be at that point? It ain't even about having abs. Don't worry about the abs. Worry about not having man titties, boy. That's going to change your life, man. So I'm telling you, you got to protect your energy. It's not about, ain't nobody scared of no woman, man, and then like that. But these aren't the women who care about bringing their best to you. They're trying to see how much of themselves they need to give in order to get what they can get, whether that's marriage, intimacy, well, no matter what it is, if it's hanging out, if it's somebody to get some money from, we all know how it is. So women can't even deny this because they brag about the freedom of doing it too much.
Yeah, man. And so that's why I tell guys, I implore that you protect yourselves at all times, man. Like seriously, dog, man. I mean, I'll say this. If you got a rotation, you know, you're dealing with 5, 6, 8 chicks, man. I know at some point in time, I haven't been the most disciplined man throughout my life, but you know, 8, 10, 12 bras, man, you ain't getting to your purpose. You're not taking care of your business that is required for you to elevate your life to the next level. You're not. You can't. It's impossible. There is no way that you out there dealing with interacting with women on a daily basis, 10, 8, or whatever, however many it is, because they're going to be trying to, if you really about something, they're going to try to require as much time as possible from you. And really and truly, all they're doing is sucking the life force out of you, draining you of your damn masculinity, want to lay up under you all day, want to cuddle all day. Let's do this and do that and all that other stuff. No, you got to draw the line in the sand. This is why it's important that you set standards and boundaries for your life, man. This not only applies to business, it applies to women. Your position of power always lies in the ability to walk away and mean it, regardless of what it is. Bro, if you got 7, 8 of them, man, you ain't got now, to be honest, because you still searching for that one and you trying to make 7 into 1. No, you wasting your time, man. You really are, man.
Man, you have to compartmentalize women like you do everything else. You know what I'm saying? When You want to make money? You don't go to the gym unless you're a trainer. You go to the gym when you want to work out. If you want rest, you don't, go run a marathon. You lay down to get in your recliner, whatever you're going to do when you want some rest. When you want to make money, you go do what you do to make money. You know you can't make no money laying down. With everything else in life, you only access it when you need the benefit of it. So how much do you need to benefit from laying up with a woman? Because remember now, that's all she can give you. You're a bachelor. You created the life you want. You know what I'm saying? It's worse. A woman doesn't make a sacrifice in a marriage. She makes no sacrifice. Every 100% of the benefit of that situation goes to the woman. You get nothing. Your life gets harder. Your time alone gets shorter. Your peace of mind becomes less. Your financial responsibility grows. You got to think about it, man. Your mental availability, your emotional availability, all of those things are drained more from you. You can govern how often a woman sees you when she don't live with you. You can't govern shit when she move in. You're going to see her whether you want to see her or not. There is no benefit, man. Listen, I don't want you to think that where it benefits women mostly, it doesn't benefit you at all. Not even 1%, dog. There is no benefit. It'd be different if there were 10% of it was beneficial to a man. Maybe that 10% is what you've been waiting for in your life forever. But if there's zero benefit, why in the hell would you even consider it? Dog, it don't cross my mind. There's no amount of qualities a woman can have in the U.S. In the West, UK, U.S., Canada, there's no quality she can have that's going to make me say, I'm going to marry. Man, you crazy.
You know the most ridiculous crap that I see above anything else? A man that's 48 years old, 45 years old, 55, even 60. Marrying some 60-year-old broad, 55-year-old broad. She can't bear your children. She got other children from other men or whatever the case may be. She's lived her life. You know what I'm saying? You can't teach an old dog new tricks. She's too hot to handle and too old to mold. What benefit do you get out of that? You're paying for companionship. That's all it is. And that's a lonely place to be. You're basing your decision to marry this woman off of companionship and loneliness, because you're afraid to be alone. Outside of bearing children and having a true helpmeet for what the scripture tells you is one, it's a complete waste of time. And even if you do have kids, man, and something were to happen, she divorced you. You married some stranger that you really didn't know because she wore that mask for a long period of time. Remember what I said, the one you marry ain't going to be the one that you divorced. They're going to be an entirely different person by that time. Now you're getting raked over the coals financially. You're losing the house, the dream home that you built. You're losing half of your assets. Now your kids looking at you crazy because they're going to take their mama's side because she up there saying all kind of vile, disgusting stuff about you. It's a bad deal. No matter how you slice it, there is no win for a man in Western society when it comes to marriage.
None. And I do mean none, man. You know, so I say this to you, man. When you GS, step out for a minute, man. Take care of a little something right quick. Get me back, man, in a couple of seconds here. So when I tell y'all, man, that there is no benefit to it, man, me and a woman not even finna have a discussion about it. We're not finna have no discussion. She got, man, listen, to even be able to start leaving shit at my crib, some stuff so she can have, she come over. Boy, we got to travel. She got to roll down the road with me a little bit, dog. So even to do that. So we talking about marriage, dog. It ain't gonna never get to the point where I'm finna marry no woman, man. Ain't if it be no dun, not for me. Ain't finna be nobody talking about the power invested in me, man. The power invested in you ain't enough for me to settle down with a woman, man, in a marriage situation. It just ain't gonna happen, brothers. And I tell you, man, guys say, well, how you gonna have children? If there's a woman, if I want to have children, then I'm gonna meet a woman and that I want to have children with. I'm gonna have children with her. I'm not finna marry her. You supposed to marry her. No, you ain't. You supposed to be a certain type of man. Woman's supposed to be a certain type of woman. You can't apply what you want to apply and say, well, the Bible say marry. It also say a woman should be this type of woman for you to marry her. So well, she ain't good enough to marry. How you gonna have a kid with her? Because at that particular time, I want some kids, man. As a man, you move how you want to move in your life. At any particular time, whether I got a wife or not, man, if I want a kid, then you know what? I'm gonna have a kid with a woman who has the type of understanding of how it's gonna be. You end up on child support because you're dealing with a woman who doesn't understand how you want it to be. She doesn't know how she wants it to be and doesn't understand how you want it to be. So this comes from understanding levels, understand quality, understand the difference between a woman who knows nothing and a woman who knows something, a woman who understands that, you know, she got to work for what she wants versus a woman who believes she was born so she deserves it. You got to understand the difference between all of these things. And the problem is most men don't understand that, man. Most men don't understand that.
Marriage is a fucking diabolical leverage game in the United States. I'm just being honest. Devoid of religious significance or the idea of love, marriage is nothing but an awful contract that you shouldn't sign. I'm just being real. Because you start out loving each other and then like 2 years later, you're just building a case against one another. For a hypothetical court date that may or may not ever happen. Marriage.
For a hypothetical court date that may or may not ever happen. You know, I'm telling you, brothers, you must understand that the only way to win in life as a man is to make sure, man, you protect your end zone. You know what I'm saying? You can't let a woman, man, get out here, man, and run a flea flicker or some type of trick play and score on you, man. And marriage is a trick play. You understand? Marriage is a trick play. I think we got G back.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
man. I was dealing with had some camera issues, but
Yeah. You back in the joint, man. So, you know, I just played a clip, man, with Dave Chappelle, man, and he was saying, man, that, you know, marriage is just a biological plot, man, where two people end up, you know, for the most part, trying to build a case against each other. So all you do, because you know, when you in any relationship, be in a relationship, anything, like if you got a business partner and they dropping the ball, you're gonna keep track of how they dropping the ball on things. You're gonna be like, hold up, man. Hey, we gotta sit down and talk. This dude dropping the ball on this. Or it's the same thing with a woman. You're in a relationship, man, you're in a marriage, man, then you're gonna be keeping tabs on things she's doing. Why? Because as a man, you have to know the things that she's learned and the things you have to teach her. And women just keep track of everything they don't like just for the hell of it, just so they can bring it up later on, or, you know, have something to complain about. So when you look at it and you understand that by the time you get to the end of it, now both of y'all have to compile all the shit that you developed as ammo and try to, as a man, you got to try to use as much ammo as you can, but you ain't even trying to hurt the woman. You're just trying to protect yourself. She got all the ammo she got, and she gonna embellish it because she's actually trying to take you down through there. But there's one way to avoid it. One way to avoid divorce is to never get your ass married.
Exactly. You can't tell guys this enough, man. They coming with 1 foot out of the door already, man. You understand what I'm saying? Just based off of just some of the relationships, not marriages per se, but just relationships, man. They already have somebody lined up in the wings, somebody that's ready to replace you. Most of the times, you just a safe option. You know what I mean? You may have a sense of security financially, but that's about it. You know, the honeymoon phase wears off. You know, where once upon a time, you know, you be taking a dump and she want to come in the bathroom with you and stuff. It's okay, baby. Now if you cough, you ain't gonna get me sick talking to you crazy. Only want to give you some sloppy toppy on your birthday, if that. You in sexless marriages and stuff like that, man. And then when you step out of it, because she ain't giving it to you no more. You've been sitting around hoping for a whole year that things are just gonna miraculously rectify themselves, and they don't. You step out, now she up there with the papers in hand already. You understand what I'm saying? She's not taking care of any of her wifely duties, and you get tired, and now you want out of the relationship. And here's the kicker, man. It's always going to be your fault. Whether she went out there and did what she did or whatever the case may be, you're just tired of the situation. They're going to have a preconceived notion that it's something that the man did to destroy the marriage every time. So it's just, why would you even want to deal with those type of headaches, man? Straight up.
Yeah, man, that's real, man. You know what, man? I'm gonna tell y'all brothers that are married right now. I want you to listen to something G just said. And this is something that you need to log into your brain. She's not taking care of any of her wifely responsibilities. Don't dip out. Divorce that bitch.
Yeah.
Like at that point, why are you gonna put her in a situation to use the ammo she's gonna use? If you're not getting what you want from her, divorce her. That's why she's gonna divorce you, because she's gonna say, I'm not getting what I want out of the situation anymore, even though she may be getting the majority of the things she wants. Now, you're never gonna get everything, but if you have a woman who's not taking care of any of her wifely responsibilities, what are you doing? At that point, she's getting ready to divorce you. She don't even care enough to act like she wants to be your wife anymore. No matter what you're doing, no matter what you're saying, no matter what you think is going on, she doesn't even care enough to fake like she wants to be your wife anymore. And you got to think about how far gone she is, because she spent a little bit of time faking like she still wanted to be in the situation. Now she's past that point. Stop believing as a man, because you married a broad, that you got to settle for her shit, that you got to let her do whatever she want to do, that you got to let her start dropping the ball on things. Man, now let me tell you something. Man, I don't care if you got kids. I don't care if you got hubcap lids or whatever you got. Don't ever believe you're supposed to be in a situation. Yeah, never get in it. Yeah, never get in. It's easy for us to never get in it. But if you're in it, it's a lot harder to leave. Don't let her divorce you and take half your shit. Divorce her and give it to her. She gonna get it anyway. Don't fight it. Don't go through all of that. You're in America. If you make the mistake to marry a woman, she getting half. So when you're not satisfied, divorce her and give her half. She ain't gonna get all of it. She gonna get half. Start your life over on your terms. You're dissatisfied. Get out of it. And I know there are many men who wish they had gotten out of it, because it ended up in divorce anyway, and she ended up getting whatever the hell she wanted. Anthony Anderson got a 2004 Land Rover. Do you know what people did with 2004 Land Rovers? They roved the land in them motherfuckers, boy. You could go off road and get busy in them jokers, boy. You know what I'm saying? You could get busy with them. People still be trying to look for them now, because these new ones, man, you can't go off road and get busy with them like that. Can't go on a safari in one of them jokers, man. So he got his recreational vehicle. She got all the good shit, plus $200,000 a year, which turns into $400,000 a year if he does what men tend to do. Upgrade his standard in life once the broad is gone. Make more money. Now he gonna be punished for becoming the man he could have been if he didn't have the broad. He got to stay at that level or lose more money to it. Man, let me tell you something, brothers. Get out of that shit, man.
Man, it goes back to what I was saying, man. Most of you guys are simply viewed nothing more than a tool to enhance these broads' life, man. That's all that you are. When you bring up, you ask, guys ask the question, what do you bring to the table? Women are well aware of what you're asking. What do you contribute to my life to make my life better or easier? They'll typically tell you they are the table, or I ain't bringing nothing to the table. You know what I'm saying? They are telling you that they bring you nothing of value. They're telling you that, man. Any woman that has a problem with you questioning what intrinsic values that you bring that's going to benefit my life and catapult me to the next level, and they have a problem with you simply asking that question, you know that you're dealing with the wrong female from the jump. Don't even waste any more time even having conversations with her. Now, listen, true love is correction. You could try to talk to them and explain to them exactly what you mean, but they already know. They don't want to do anything. They want to reap all the benefits and contribute nothing. You will be a damn fool to sign your life away through a marriage contract or even invest in anything further than that. Because Any situation, you never invest more than what you can afford to lose. They're having this writer's strike in Hollywood, man, right now. I'm pretty sure it's affecting Anthony Anderson's financial revenue some sort of way. But we know that it's going to come back. And they've left just enough loophole in there for him to be raked over the coals yet again, no matter how much much more money that he gets. It's a bad deal, man. No matter how you slice it and dice it, baby.
Yeah, that's real, man. That's real. That's real. Got a couple super chats here, man. We've been in here 2 hours, man. That's a little bit longer than me and GB planning on running it, man. But hey, we got into this one, man, and it took off on us a little bit. So, you know, we're gonna go ahead, man, and you know, we're gonna do these super chats, man. We're gonna close out this thing, man. Hey, this is a dope topic, man. This is a dope topic.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
All right. Deshaun Jones, appreciate the 2 bones, man. Dudes, yeah, man. These dudes out here, man, they something else, man. Face Facts, appreciate the 5 bones. All the court filings and language is capped. If you enter that contract, either the wife is going to rob you or the lawyers are going to rob you. Yep. And sometimes they be in cahoots, man. Just ask Steve, man. He lost all his money to one of his bros, man. And that boy there, man. Let me tell you something, man. Enough about that fool, man. Texan Real One, appreciate the dime, man. Salute to you. Salute. Texan Real One again, appreciate the 5 bones. Thank you both for dropping gems. They are all replaceable. These guys need to stop believing in fairy tales. That's what it is, man. Listen, the most feminine thing you can do as a man is live in a fairy tale world. Ryder, appreciate the 5 bones. Y'all spin bars tonight. Man, need to hear this. Salute, man. Appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate you tuning in. Spread it, man. Y'all spread it, man. Y'all feel free to spread these things, man. Link them. Link everybody you know to them, man. These guys out here need it, man. And some of the older guys with young minds need it too. Tony Duff, appreciate you joining the Alpha family, man. Welcome to the GLG. Hog 97, appreciate the 5 bones, man. If she isn't the epitome of Proverb 31, she doesn't deserve to become a wife. Yeah, man. If she isn't the epitome. That woman makes her husband proud. These scallywags are like rottenness in his bones. They're like gangrene to your spirit, brothers. And that's all you're going to find over here, man. I'm just keeping it a buck with you. Are they fine? Yes, some of them are. Bacchus Edwards, appreciate the $20 super sticker, man. Salute to you. TJ Patterson, appreciate the dub, man. Salute, appreciate it. All right, bro. Hey, man, what's your closing words? G, again, man, y'all go subscribe to GAB channel and to GMB channel, man. I don't know what y'all missing out, man, just to be honest with you, man.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man. You know, I've been around for a long time, man, you know, kind of, you know, trying to get guys to understand their values in this world, man, and avoid a lot of the pitfalls that men make. You know, some of us, you know, were raised, you know, in compromising environments where we didn't have people that could give us information that could actually benefit us, you know, as men. And so these places, these channels like Book, you know, a few more guys, man, it's necessary, man. It's something that's going to give you guys, no matter what age you are, you could be 16, you could be 55. Listen, man, never be afraid to start over. Never be afraid to apply some of the things that we talk about to your life, man, to increase your value, you know. And just continue to take care of yourself spiritually, mentally, physically, financially. Everything else will fall in place, man. Women are simply a byproduct of your success. You know, if you handle your business out here, man, you can pick them like flowers, baby. You know what I'm saying? Without a shadow of a doubt. And just understand, man, don't fall for deception. I preach about deception. I talk about, you know, taking care of yourself psychologically, because at the end of the day, man, you can make a lot of bad decisions based off being in an emotional state. And that's a terrible place for a man to be. I know it get lonely out there sometimes. I know some of you guys enjoy the comfort of women, but don't let that be the end all be all when it comes to your life as a man, dog. When I talk about being a man first, that means you're a man before you're anything else on this planet. You're a man before you're a father. You're a man before you're a husband, a brother, or uncle, or anything else. You have to be a man first. Otherwise, you ain't going to survive out here, baby. It's going to be a very hard road for you. Thank you for having me, Book.
Hey, no doubt, bro. No doubt, bro, man. Hey, appreciate you coming through, man, and you know, running over the time limit with us, man. I appreciate it, man, because you know, I know you're a busy man, and you know, just take some time and slide through, bro. Hey, man, you know, it's all love, man. Oh, yeah, and I want to point out one thing G said about the whole comfort thing, man. You like the comfort of a woman. The comfort. She come around, man. She all feminine. She all soft, man. Smelling good, looking good, soft spoken, man. Come right through the door, man. Being proactively, beneficial to the environment she just walked into. If it's nothing more, man, than you just got through drinking a cup of juice or a cup of coffee, man. She come right in, man, and just bam, like a eagle eye, bam. She see that cup over there, man. She pick it up, man. Take it in the kitchen, clean it out for you. Small things, noticing the little things. It ain't too much out of pocket when a bra come around me. So I just pointed out something simple like that. But when you think about that, that's comfort. Her doing everything in her life to bring you to the greatest ecstasy that a man could ever feel in life. That's comfort. Her making sure that you get something that you don't normally get every morning. Breakfast when you wake up. Her making sure that if she gonna be with you a couple of days, that's a couple of days, man. You get 3 square meal, big dog. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't got to cook not one. You ain't got to pick up no plate. You ain't got to do nothing. That come a time where, hey, man, y'all been in there. Y'all been, she been using the shower, man. You been using the shower, man. And sometimes y'all was in the same shower or in the same tub, whatever. You realize that she woke up that second day when she got ready to leave, man. She cleaned up everything and left it how she found it. That's comfort. Leaving you alone when you won't be left alone. Problem is, y'all dealing with discomfort. If you want the comfort of a woman, why in the hell are you dealing with the discomfort? And discomfort starts at the first damn time she does something. You're like, man, I don't even like her. Once I don't like you, I don't like you. So y'all men got to be strong enough to understand that comfort is the opposite of discomfort. At the very moment you're dealing with the discomfort of a woman, pew, underlay, iba, underlay. She out of that, dog. She got to be. So look, man, appreciate y'all being in the building, man. Again, man, y'all subscribe to my brother GMB channel, man. I'm telling you, man. Hey, listen, I appreciate y'all, man, joining this inaugural episode of the Bama Boy podcast, man. And y'all just tune in, man, and just see, what we do with the thing next, man. Salute, GMB. Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you, bro.
Peace, bro.
Hey, let's get out of here, man. So look, y'all remember, the only thing you can tell a woman these days, because she's been through some things, is, baby, I know you need somebody to make you feel like you somebody, but that's worth some paper. So try me if you want to buy me.